wanted to say these very practical tips to you guys. My first tip to start taking better care of yourself, my number one tip, I wanted to give you guys some practical tips for things that you can do to start taking better care of yourself. If you guys saw my last video, which was my call to action for you guys to stop making excuses, I wanted to give you guys some practical tips for things that you can do to start taking better care of yourself if you have been in a situation where you have just been completely and utterly neglecting yourself. So, as you can tell by my background, I am actually hiking. I just finished an hour-long, actually, more like a 70-minute hike. And hiking is something that I like to do from time to time to get out in nature. It's fall here where I live in the Northeast, which is outside of Philadelphia. But there's just something to be said about getting outside in nature. So my first tip to start taking better care of yourself, this video is going out to, obviously it applies to everybody, but for those of you who have been in a serious hiatus, who have been truly neglecting your health and have just really need to dial it in. My number one tip for you all is to get outside in nature. There is something about fresh air. There is something about just the trees and just the quietness and the calming peace of nature that is so healing and restorative. And I know this sounds so basic and obvious, but I wanted to say these very practical tips to you guys because I think these days it gets dark so early. Well, at least here where I am, it gets dark around 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's so cold. But even on the weekend, or even if there's a place near you or near your work, if there's anything you can do to get outside and bond with nature, even for at least 1 hour on the weekends, you guys, you will just be so thankful and glad that you did. So I encourage you guys to get out in nature and to make that a priority, especially if you are trying to get back on track and you've been just way off track for quite some time. That is my number one tip. Tip number two, allow yourself more quality, restorative sleep. I think that so many of you guys are falling asleep watching TV, you're on your phones, you are robbing yourself of quality time that you can be getting very good quality rest. If there's anything that you can do to block light from your room, to maybe get yourself a more comfortable mattress pad, blocking any kind of noise. I know this is hard for some of you, but if there's anything you can do to facilitate prioritizing quality rest, I encourage you guys, do what you can to get to bed earlier. There's a lot of things that can wait, but quality sleep is definitely something that's just gonna be making you feel a whole lot better. So that's my tip number two. Tip number three, for getting back on track and just, again, taking good care of yourself, drink water, drink water, drink water. Try to get at least 3 to 4 liters a day, guys. Something so simple, something so basic, something that you can practically do now. I encourage you to just start drinking more water. You will feel better, you will not regret it. It's easy. Guys, drink more water. From a scientific perspective, you guys, when you do drink more water, it allows your liver to function more effectively, allowing fat oxidation to occur much more readily. So please make sure you are drinking enough water. Tip number 4, be careful who you let in your head. Now, this is gonna sound very weird, so you're gonna be like, what do you mean by that, Christine? If there are people, voices, sources in your life, whether it could be maybe a family member, a friend, a significant other, or just someone or anything that is sucking you dry of your precious energy, do your best to minimize that voice in your head. It's one thing to have to deal with something, but it's another thing to continuously ruminate over it in your head. I believe that that is taking precious energy away from you, and I don't think you guys realize how precious your energy is when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to reaching your goals. So I sincerely encourage you guys to dull down any voices or thoughts of people or worrying about what people are thinking about you, because guys, you're not going to make everybody happy. You need to focus on you, for you, because you value yourself, because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself. There is nothing wrong with prioritizing your health. Tip number 5. I tell you guys this all the time in these videos, but I'm going to tell you guys again. I encourage you guys to clean. Clean. Get your household in a situation where it is clean and organized. Clean your house. Clean your car. Make your surroundings clean and organized. This is for those of you, again, who have been on a hiatus, who have just been all over the place. You need to get going. You need to just start somewhere. Clean your house. And my last tip is to minimize eating out. You guys, there is just something to be said for like making yourself a quality home cooked meal. I want that for all of you guys. Even if you're at a point right now where tracking macros and making the best decisions you can is too hard for you right now, that's fine. But I encourage those of you who know that you could be making a better choice with your meal. Now, I'm not talking about eating like one little piece of lettuce and one little piece of carrot and like, that's not what I'm talking about. But make yourself a home cooked meal and get in the habit of being intentional about caring about what you eat, about caring about how you nourish yourself, about caring again. So I hope that this encourages at least one person. I have no doubt that it will, but I just wanted to send you guys some light and love from Gauge Girl Training to take better care of yourselves today, guys. I love you. Talk to you in the next one.